Oh boy. Hello everybody of the Let's Play community, I'm the Blind Swordsman and welcome to my new, probably 4-part little, gosh dang I can't even see, Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda. This is going to be basically the start-ish of my year of Zelda that I'm going to be doing for the next little bit, which is doing most of the Zelda games. Like, I want to get most of the Zelda games done. I do want to do Let's Plays of them. I do want to do, like, a review marathon of them, do a ton of them, like, make half of this season coming up being mostly Zelda games. You know, it's going to be freaking sweet. It's Zelda's 35th anniversary. I know Nintendo's going to do something for Zelda, and I know they've kind of already done that with the release of an HD Skyward Sword game. But yeah. As you can see, this is on the Switch. If you look at the top right hand side, this is a special edition. Yep, I'm not going to play the hard edition. I already think this game has a lot more problems than they are good problems. And yeah, so we're just going to be going from dungeon to dungeon, picking up most of the items, picking up most of the, all the pieces of the Triforce, getting to full health, and then taking on Ganon whenever we can. So yeah, that's like the basic story. It's not really too complex or anything like that. But I like this game, but like since playing the game to practice and get ready and to actually do the Let's Play, I like this part. I hate parts of this game. Like, there's parts I can't stand. I hate that it's only 4 directional control. First off. Because when I move, you're gonna see sometimes that I'm flipping the other way when I'm pushing down, and it pushes up. So I don't even think the control scheme is right for the Switch. And secondly, I just think this game is very archaic in design. So yeah, see right there. Did you see me shoot up? I was trying to push down, and I pushed down, but it flipped me up, and I didn't do anything to do that. So I'm sorry, like, even if it is 8-directional and, like, you move a different direction because of it, like, I understand that, but, like, if I'm moving down, I should not go up. Like, that's ridiculous. But yeah, that's besides the point. The first dungeon's super easy. We're trying to get the bow and arrow, and a couple of other things in here, and then fighting the boss, which you could use the bow and arrow on the boss, but I just use bombs. You get 8 with the special edition one. You also get max rupees, I think 10 keys. So yeah, it's pretty swell. It's not like too much of an issue, but the reason why I'm doing post commentary, this game is still fetching difficult. Like, I'm surprised at how difficult it is. With all the changes that they've made and all the stuff they give you. Like, they give you the white sword, which we're going to be getting a better sword here towards the end of the playthrough. But yeah, you get the white sword already, you get the candle, you get bombs, you get a ton of stuff. So it just makes your life more bearable in that sense. In which case, there is an easier ROM of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, that I'll probably play instead of this, because I think that one is going to be much more difficult for me to do. I'll try it, but I mean, it's just, I just don't like it, man. Like, it's just not a fun time to play through some of these NES games. And for the review, like, I'm going to be recording this, you know, as a Let's Play, and then, you know, I do use this footage for my review. But I'm going to be playing A Link to the Past is one of them. And it's just like, dude, like, this game is just so, like, not that fun. Like, you play this game in comparison to, like, Link's Awakening, A Link to the Past, it's miles better. They're miles better games. So, I've heard the CU podcast and a couple of other guys get pissed because Ocarina of Time, or a 3D game, got greatest game of all time over this game. I'm like, are you cracked? Like, do you really honestly think? Like, I would even say Twilight Princess deserves more of a game of all time than this game. And the story's better in this game. You know what I mean? So it's just like, dude, come on. Like, I understand the NES gave people a ton of childhood memories, But when you have to go back to this after, like, when I'm playing Wind Waker. So, yeah, after I'm playing Wind Waker, I mean, like, this is very archaic and has not aged well. Am I saying that's a bad game? No, but it hasn't. It's 100% what hasn't happened. So, if I stop, it's because I'm checking stuff on the map, because the map is just, it's just terrible. Like, to get from place to place, too, that bugs me, too. Like, getting from place to place is ridiculous in this game. And you'll notice that I cut stuff out kind of towards the middle part of this video. That's because I got lost. I didn't know where to go. But 2 bombs for the first boss should do the trick, and 2 bombs for the second boss, too. So, basically, whoa. Okay, I guess I'm gonna wait for a minute again then. Oh man, let me see here. Yeah, it's dumb, dude. I'm not like a big fan of that, so. I mean, like, for real. Okay, so we're gonna cut out because I went the wrong freaking way. To go to the second dungeon. Oh, we're just doing the first 2 dungeons this episode, and then we'll call it a video. And I went down here. It's like, dude, like, I don't need your freaking rupees. Just let me go. But we want to go this way to get there. And I don't think the journey is half as bad as the dungeons. And the dungeons in this game, like, aren't hard necessarily, but, like, the thing that makes them difficult is that unlike, like, a good, like, A Link to the Past Zelda game, or like Zelda Majora's Mask, or any of the newer Zelda games, what makes this suck about them is that there's not a puzzle element to them. This is just basically us going to the dungeon, you kill the enemies in the kill room, and then you go to the next room. It's annoying, dude. Like, again, that's where I get pissed off at people that are like, oh, Ocarina of Time's not nearly as good as this game, as Legend of Zelda, or did as much as The Legend of Zelda, and that's BS. Like, your opinion is strictly because you do not like the N64 at that point, so it's just really, really stupid, but it is what it is, man. Oh, man. So we're just gonna head down to here. But Dungeon 2, still super simple, still super simplistic, so it's not really like too hard. But yeah. And I don't think the first 2 dungeons are hard. And again, like I said, I don't think it's like way too hard. And for all the complaining I've done, I don't think necessarily Legend of Zelda is a bad game. I just don't think it's the best game in the series. And that's where it pisses me off that people get super mad, super offended that people like Ocarina of Time, or people like the 3D games better. It reminds me of that stupid song by Brental Floss where he's like, why is this game so adored over the first game? It's because it's better than the first game. Like, it just is. Don't sit there and make a song about it where your opinion is based on your nostalgia. I have full nostalgia for frickin' Ocarina of Time, because that game, you know, while I will agree, like, graphically it hasn't aged well, I feel like the combat, and I feel like the control scheme, and I feel like the Z-targeting, which has been used throughout the rest of the games in the series, except I think Breath of the Wild. No, Breath of the Wild uses it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all the games in the series use it, dum-dum. So that's why this game isn't as good as Ocarina of Time, or as good as other games in the series. I think A Link to the Past is way better than this game. I think Oracle of Seasons and Ages, I haven't played it, but from what I could tell, those look better. And Minish Cap is better. Any other game that came after this besides the second game is better. Not even opinion, that's fact. They're just better. They're better games. It's just like I said, I get that it's a classic, but if I want like a classic game that really did something that was super good on the NES, I like Mario Bros. Better than the first Legend of Zelda. I just do. I think that game's more accessible to people, and I think this game is just, you know, archaic as all crap, and just hasn't aged very well. It's not a bad game. There are definitely worse games on the NES, but it's like, bro, if you really want me to take your opinion seriously, then you should probably start acting better. Like, you should probably, like, look at both sides and see why people think Ocarina of Time's better, or why A Link to the Past is better, instead of just making your opinion based off nostalgia. It's annoying. Yeah, that's not what I'm doing. I'm literally playing the game right now, and I'm playing an easier version of it, and I still think it's not that good. Not as good as everybody says. It's not overrated, but to the community that actually loves this game, yeah, like, it's overrated. If you're really sitting there saying, "Oh, the NES Zelda is better than any other game just because of what it did for gaming history," I'm sorry, but you're not right. I can't sit there and say, "Oh, Twilight Princess has better dungeon structure," which it does. But because of what Ocarina of Time did for gaming, you know, the dungeons are just better in that game just because of that. That's what you're basing your opinion on, and it's stupid. Because it didn't, I'd argue, it didn't do even as much as Ocarina of Time did, or A Link to the Past. I think A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, you're looking at two games that revolutionized 3D and 2D. You look at both those games, because those games revolutionized adventure games. Not Legend of Zelda 1. Legend of Zelda 1 set the foundation, but Legend of Zelda 1 didn't do anything to really create, like, what you think of in adventure games. Top-down adventure games, like, I think of games like A Link to the Past. Like Cadence of Hyrule and stuff, they made it like A Link to the Past, because A Link to the Past is a great game. But this game, nah, man, and I'm interested to really see how much better I think A Link to the Past is to this game when I get to that review, but we'll see when that actually happens. But we're getting close to the boss here, and the boss is super easy here. Like, this is hard right here because, like, these stupid peoples are in the way, but, you know, we just take them out with our sword, which is the second best sword in the game, I believe, and it's super simple. But yeah, there we go. Once we get into here, I am going to probably do another save state. No, I'm not actually. We're going to fight it. Oh, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, I am. Okay. But we're going to do some Dodongo killing. So all we have to do is do this. And that's how you get that. And boom! With that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'm the Blind Swordsman. I will see you in the next episode of Let's Play Legend of Zelda, where we'll continue collecting the pieces of the Triforce. Take everybody and have a fantastic day.